Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So there is still no indication of a top since the move up started on Wednesday. Actually, you could say on Monday, but we had this choppy move up and then this sharp pullback, and I'd rather say the direct move to the upside started here on Wednesday. Started at around $92,800, and there is still no indication that a top has actually formed. And because no top has formed yet, we cannot confirm, let's say, the beginning of the C wave to the downside in the larger wave 4. No. Rather, I'm watching very much the micro support area that I added throughout the afternoon here to the chart. And why is that on the chart now? Why is that support area on the chart? So first of all, in the last video, I shared with you that it would be likely, at least, that the price now stretches to that blue target area. Well, that's been reached now, okay? And it is the area that we were starting to focus on after the price broke above the pivot initial resistance. So we had a resistance here yesterday. Can't remember where exactly it was, but there was a resistance area. The price broke above it. That indicated that the price is likely aiming for at least that green line, which was the swing high that formed on the 27th of December, here at around 97,450, or maybe even the 100% extension target, which is an ideal target for the internal structure here within wave B in white. So the levels have been reached. We have seen a bit of a pullback now. I mean, there is a bit of a reaction, as you can see. Yeah, nothing major so far. I'll zoom out a little bit so we can see the context, but there is a bullish and a bearish scenario short term, and it's actually quite simple. The move to the upside, for me, it looks like a choppy move up. It looks like a corrective move up. So I'm definitely considering the white B wave scenario, in which the market could very soon top in a B wave and start a C wave decline, which could take the price close to 85K. That's the white scenario. Then we have a short-term bullish count, which would need to fill in for a first solid confirmation that actually already the larger degree fourth wave bottomed. I still find it not ideal if a low is already in, but definitely possible. In reality, there are other ways how this could be labeled, but main takeaway is, as long as the movement to the upside is corrective and I don't have a 5-wave move up, so, as long as I don't have a 5-wave move up, I cannot confirm that a substantial a substantial low has formed. And the yellow scenario shows you what I need to see for that 5-wave move up. And it's not an impulse, it would have to be a diagonal pattern. What we can clearly see is this. This here is a wave 1, this here is a wave 2, then we can say maybe this is ABC in wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. I need a 4-5 pattern. Without that, I cannot confirm that a low has formed. And I mean, even a 5-wave move up alone is not enough confirmation, but it's a first degree of confirmation. What is then needed is the 3-wave pullback afterwards, which would also constitute a classic Elliott Wave setup, a so-called 1-2 setup. That means we have a short-term bullish and a short-term bearish scenario with a very clear pivot in between, and that is what really makes the analysis valuable, because it's about understanding what is the pivot between bullish and bearish. Where do we need to watch for support? If the price now starts a pullback, now that we've actually reached that target area, that resistance area, if the price now starts a pullback, could it be wave 4? Absolutely, it could already be the wave 4. If it is the wave 4, what would be ideal support? And here again, what comes into play? It comes into play that we have to be very much mindful that this is, in the best case, only a diagonal pattern, so Fibonacci support is not very strong. Yesterday, someone in our on our Discord server, someone in the membership asked me, what's the difference actually between strong support and weak support? And my answer was, it's complex, but to sort of summarize it, it's about what pattern are we moving in, what kind of patterns are we dealing with. If it's a wave 4 in a diagonal pattern, then it's weak support. Yeah, in a diagonal pattern, I cannot trust diagonal patterns anyway. So that's the first thing, because they might just be corrections. And then a fourth wave in a diagonal might break below the 61.8 retracement, which is here located at 94,610. It might do it without invalidating the structure. So it's only about understanding what is ideal support. And in a diagonal, we have to be a bit more flexible with support levels. Yeah. Also in a correction, for example, if we're dealing with a B wave pullback, it's weak support because B waves sometimes overshoot to the downside. So only really impulsive structures give us very clear support and very clear parameters. And it's more about is it a clear support area? Is it clear? Do we have clear parameters? In a diagonal, it's usually not so clear because there is typically more than one way of labeling a diagonal structure. In an impulse, not really, okay? In an impulse, there's only one way. So yeah, it's either an impulse or not. So it's quite simple. So here it makes it a bit more challenging. But anyway, at least there are some levels we can watch. For now, I think we just need to be mindful. I mean, we had this the rally started. We talked about that yesterday. That was the expectation to get a start of a rally. The price then moved into the first resistance area where it didn't react. Okay, so then it became clear, okay, we want to get to the green line. Now we've reached that green line, and now we just have to see we just have to see how it evolves now. Parameters are clear. And if we now see a healthy wave 4 develop and one more high, it might actually be a first 5-wave pattern. So I'll keep you updated about that. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.